Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. Please turn to the buff-colored prayer book, page 5. With all enemies who hate me, hinderers who harm me, and those who obstruct my liberation and omniscience foremost, may all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness, be free of suffering, and quickly attain precious, unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. With all enemies who hate me, hinderers who harm me, and those who obstruct my liberation and omniscience foremost, may all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness, be free of suffering, and quickly attain precious, unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. With all enemies who hate me, hinderers who harm me, and those who obstruct my liberation and omniscience foremost, may all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness, be free of suffering, and quickly attain precious, unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. To this end I attain body, speech, and mind to virtue until Buddhahood. I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue until death. I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue from today until tomorrow at this time. All sentient to the ends of space take refuge in the nature of all the body, speech, minds, qualities, and activities of those thus gone in the 10 directions and 3 times, the wellspring of the 84,000 heaps of Dharma, the sovereign of all the noble Sanghas, the glorious and holy kind root and lineage gurus. We take refuge in the assembly of deities in the Idams Mandala. We take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. We take refuge in the holy Dharmas. We take refuge in the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the assembly of Viras, Dakinis, Dharma, Doctors, and guardians with the wisdom eye. We take refuge in the glorious and holy kind root and lineage gurus. We take refuge in the assembly of deities in the Idam. We take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. We take refuge in the holy Dharmas. We take refuge in the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the assembly of Viras, Dakinis, Dharma, Doctors, and guardians with the wisdom eye. We take refuge in the glorious and holy kind root and lineage gurus. We take refuge in the assembly of deities in the Idams Mandala. We take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. We take refuge in the holy Dharmas. We take refuge in the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the assembly of Viras, Dakinis, Dharma, Doctors, and guardians with the wisdom eye. Till I reach the heart of awakening, I take refuge in the Buddhas all. In the Dharma and assembly of Bodhisattvas too I take refuge. Just as all Sugatas of the past brought to birth the mind of awakening, and in each and every training of Bodhisattvas step by step did dwell. Just so for the benefit of beings I too bring to birth awakened mind. And in each and every training thus, step by step, I'll train myself like so. Till I reach the heart of awakening, I take refuge in the Buddhas all. In the Dharma and assembly of Bodhisattvas too I take refuge. Just as all Sugatas of the past brought to birth the mind of awakening, each and every training of Bodhisattvas step by step did dwell. Just so for the benefit of beings I too bring to birth awakened mind. And in each and every training thus, step by step I'll train myself like so. Till I reach the heart of awakening, I take refuge in the Buddhas all. In the Dharma and assembly of Bodhisattvas too I take refuge. Just as all Sugatas of the past brought to birth the mind awakening. And in each and every training of Bodhisattvas step by step did dwell. Just so for the benefit of beings I too bring to birth awakened mind. And in each and every training thus, step by step I'll train myself like so. In the Buddha, Dharma, and assembly excellent, I take refuge till I come to full awakening. By the merit of my deeds like generosity, may I achieve Buddhahood for beings' benefit. In the Buddha, Dharma, and assembly excellent, I take refuge till I come to full awakening. By the merit of my deeds like generosity, may I achieve Buddhahood for beings' benefit. In the Buddha, Dharma, and assembly excellent, I take refuge till I come to full awakening. By the merit of my deeds like generosity, may I achieve Buddhahood for beings' benefit. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness free of suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of attachment and aversion to near and far. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness free of suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of attachment and aversion to near and far. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness free of suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of attachment and aversion to near and far. By prostrating, offering, and confessing thus, by rejoicing, urging, supplicating too, any little virtue that I have amassed, all I dedicate for full awakening. This ground daubed with fragrant water, with flowers strewn, is adorned by Meru, four lands, by sun and moon. Seeing this be a Buddha field, I offer it. May all beings experience this utterly pure land. Om Guru Ratna Mandala Pudza Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Ahom. As befits the different wishes of sentient beings and their intellects, turn the Dharma wheel of vehicles, great and small and common. Thus we pray.
Tamke doje jaje rezonro jeje medo duje bojo ba zirje lobo dovre jebe Shanje Jarbo Shabla Kuchansi Shonu Kulan Jama Boy Yeshi Durme Rabduze Yambe Yala Janza. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Today is real chapter 1. Okay, I will start directly. Not much talk before and after. Right? Because everybody excited to hear the first chapter or Buddha nature. Here's chapter 1, the primary cause, right?
Primary cause.
And the second page, it says chapter 1, the Buddha nature, right?
Right.
It's same thing, different names. Because Buddha nature is primary cause to become the Buddha, right? So therefore, it's one, sometimes it's called the primary cause, and sometimes Buddha nature, and sometimes called the essence of the Buddha nature, and sometimes called the essence of well gone one.
Well gone one.
Whatever is a real, is the essence of the Buddha, right? Real, the seed of the Buddha, right? So that is called the Buddha nature. The most translation in English, most the books, even the short sadhanas, I think so 95% is using the word Buddha nature. Maybe that just makes people more make sense. I don't know what your understanding. The real is we have potential and capacity to become the Buddha. That is called the Buddha nature or primary cause or how to say well gone one, whatever you want to call. But it's difficult because nobody realizes the Buddha nature. We just believe, right? So here, talking about chapter 1, all entire chapter 1 talking about Buddha nature, right? So many of you have both read again and again, right? If you're more confused, and you need to read more. That means you need to read more. If you completely understand, still you need to read more. Yes or no? Okay. So here, we need to attain answer possible enlightenment by freeing ourselves from the confused state of samsara. Everybody understand, right? That means, right? So that means we need to liberate from the confusion of the samsara. This confusion means they're including suffering, problem, trouble, chaos, every single day's situation of the bed. It is called the confusion of the samsara. Morning is better, evening is worse. Yesterday is good, today is bad, like circling. In fact, we not really get any relax, right? So that is called the samsara. We need to get free from this suffering or painful or situations. So the first is they're saying like that, right? But nobody has idea how we can get the nirvana or free from suffering. So Gambaba today is here. He explained to us, do this and do that. So if we will do it or not, just up to us. He never pushed back by forcing. If you're good enough, this samsara, enjoying, happy, wonderful, you don't need to do anything. Just relax. He literally say like this, basically. If you're not really happy, this samsara, and you need to follow whatever my explanations. You make sense? So therefore, they say like this. But is it possible for inferior person like ourselves to achieve enlightenment, even if we make the effort? If somebody there like Confucian questions, okay, if we practice, if we make effort to do something positive, help others, generosity, discipline, patience, effort, and concentration, obtaining of the mind, of the wisdoms, if we can get the enlightenment or not. The question is here that. Right? Yes or no? This question. Stay there, and then answer here. Why wouldn't we attain enlightenment if we made the effort? And the answer is, of course, if you make effort to practice daily life with the great devotion to Buddha Dharma and wonderful compassion, loving kindness to help others, easily you can get enlightenment. Right? So there here the reason the last one. Here says all sentient beings, including ourselves, already possess the primary cause for enlightenment. Yes or no? Is there clear? Huh? So there, what do you think? You want to get free from suffering or not? Huh? If you want to liberate from suffering or samsara, the second, we need to think what we have solution, idea, method, right? And causality. You know causality?
Yeah.
So here, and the Gambaba say, why not, right? Because the real, here all sentient beings including ourselves, already possess the primary cause. For what? What need to do primary cause? Primary cause is Buddha nature. Okay? So Buddha nature what does? To get enlightenment. If you make the effort. Effort for what? Practice. Be positive. Right? If something happens, don't show attitude. Be patient. If you see something, bad things, and really poor people and difficult situations, try to get help. That is your effort. Right? Yes or no? Huh? So the effort means not necessarily like go to the like road constructions. Not need go everybody together there, bring tools and do the constructing things. You understand what I mean? You just be happy, do realize, thinking benefit for other at least. If you have no money, don't worry. If you can get outside to help for other people, don't worry. Just your house. Be positive. Talk very nice with your family members. Take care of your children, your husbands, your wives, and your neighbors, and even your dogs and cats. That is your effort. You understand what I mean? If you do that continuously, you can get enlightenment. A good news or not?
Yeah.
Huh? So keep going continuously like one day. Right? Not do like spring times of the weather. You know, spring weather? A change immediately. Like morning there's no any cloud. After 1 hour's cloud already covered. And 30 minutes later rain. And then 2 hours later all the cloud is disappeared. This is called the spring weather. Tibet people say like this, I don't know here. Don't do that. Morning looks like really practice now. Afternoon looks like very demon. Not really do that. That is not called the, like such these Texas effort. Right? And that is easy. Everybody can make like that things. When people very relaxed, happy, everybody looks like God. Right? But we didn't see God. People say God is good things. So therefore, people give the example of God. When people relax and good meal and sunny days, right? They're not really specific sufferings, and then everybody looks very God. It's something, the circumstances comes, and then everybody totally change. So this kind of effort is not this moment effort. You understand what I mean? Effort is like same day. All the time, it's a smile. Right? If you really, somebody met you, think yourself, wow, this is a great opportunity to be patient. If somebody not met me, where I need to be patient. You have no chance to be patient. If somebody met you, I'm not mad. Right? When you dinner time, everybody very happy, laughing, that times you just practice patience? Huh? No. Laughing. You forget already patient. Patient no use there. Right? If something happen negatively, and then if you be patient, that is real patience. So if we really not practice the patience, we not the chance to get free from suffering. That's for sure. Training the practice, the patience, day-to-day life. One day, if your mind very much subdued. And then if somebody bring the knife using the weapon, you not really get anger. You understand? That is called the subdued mind. And here says a tamed mind. Tame. So if somebody criticizes you, blaming you, insult you, and you not really respond like verbally or physically, that is not called the patient. The good patient, that is not good patient. But this is still patient. You just keep quiet. But your mind burning. The real patient is whatever other people say, criticize, yelling, right? Sometimes road, if people make each other rage and yelling each other, right? If that time your just mind is very peaceful, you're great practitioner of the patient. If you respond same time like harsh word, people window up, down, something like that, right? So the real patient is mind. Shantideva, in the Shantideva text says, all the six paramita are mind. You understand what I mean? So therefore, we need real patience. But beginning, we need to practice, keep, how to say, if somebody says something, be silent. That is your training. Quietly, don't do anything. And then slowly, your mind is getting really better and easy to real patient. Keep, how to say, if somebody says something, be silent. So that is your training. Quiet. Oh, that's important. That's why it comes again. And then slowly, your mind is getting really better and easy to real patient. Keep, how to say, if somebody says something, be silent. So that is your training.
How do we do that?
You good? You good? Okay. Skillful person. Okay, here the quotation. The king of the meditative absorption sutta, right? The quotation. What they say, this is this statement come from Buddha, okay? And Buddha said, the essence of the will gone one, right? All sentient beings, we have the essence of the Buddha nature. You understand what I mean? The word say, that's not really somebody say, not random people. This is from Buddha. Because why the Buddha word is more stronger, all reliable. Buddha is called the omniscient, right? Buddha has omniscience. Omniscience means all knowing things, exactly, perfectly, correctly. There's no confusion, right? If you low your palm of the hand, you low here. Low, everybody low, chest. Is there any tiny things or not? You can't tell directly. There's nothing because you see clearly. So you no need to show, probably not. I don't think, maybe not. You no need to use that word. No, there's nothing. You can tell directly. right? You no need to use word perhaps,
Perhaps.
right. Maybe, could be. You no need to use these things word. You can tell directly there's nothing. You can see. Like same thing, Buddha sees all the things and the situations. So therefore, every single person has the Buddha nature. Yes or no? So how we can understand we have Buddha nature? Do you know that? Huh? Did you read any book or did you hear any teacher say? Or you feel something? Or you think? Or you read some sutta or tantra? Or some teachers says? Or some books tells you? You remember anything? I mean, why the sign of the Buddha nature we have? What?
Suffering.
Okay. And
And we want happiness.
what?
Well, we want to remove suffering.
We want to
Remove suffering.
and that is the sign of the Buddha nature.
Yeah.
Any other? So we need to think this later. We need to talk about that. That's very important. Okay. Here one says the Samul Parinirvana Sutta says. What is the Samul Parinirvana Sutta says? All sentient beings have the essence of the Das Gone One. It's same thing. Right? Same meaning. Okay. Also, the sutta of the great Parinirvana says, great, in Tibet called the big, in the Khenpo and Chungu, here English small and great. That means they're talking about a page. They're like 300 pages called the great, they're like 100 or 200 is called the small. You understand? It's not talking about profound and not profound. Right? Okay, here example, good example to easy understand. Good example to understand easily. You read here what they say. For example, right? Give the example. This is example everybody knows. Especially farmers and nomadic people knows more clear. You understand? All the maybe not know the consumer things.
Right.
You know, but like such me, I'm nomadic, and many of you also could be, but I don't know. Whatever we just read. Okay, here says, for example, the butter. Everybody knows butter. Everybody loves butter, right? Morning, evening. If you have bread, probably you have butter. And sometimes people say, "What is your butter and bread?" They ask, "What is that?" Means, what is your occupation?
Right. How do you butter your bread?
What do you have butter and bread? What is your butter and bread? So that means butter and bread goes together all the time. I know that everybody loves butter, the bread. Just joke, okay, whatever. Here says butter, pearl milk.
Permeates.
Pearl?
Yeah.
Yes. And one other word, likewise, the essence of the Buddha, essence of the Das Gone One pervades all sentient beings. Right? So anyone knows how we can get the butter? Where's the butter from? I'm not talking about the trees butter. The animals' products. How can we get the butters? Where's from? Huh? Where is butter come from?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody say cow,
Yes.
and somebody say milk. What? And somebody say the shaking. Okay, and huh? Everybody probably good answer, right? What here says we need to read. Butter, where's what is it? Parmel.
Permeates. Permeates.
Permeates. That means meals, yeah, right? And where? Butter where?
Everywhere in the milk.
Permeates. In the milk. We can see or not?
No.
That's right. We cannot see. But what do we need to do? With which one?
Yeah, we say churn.
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 Now the technology is very good.
Yeah.
So what the people using? You know that really. You do that? Your house, you make the you how to say, you buy the milk and make the how to say, shaking, and then there come the butter. You have experience? Oh, okay, then no problem. But anyway, so butter is butter nature, okay, and milk is sentient beings, for example. So here Gambaba says we need to make the what? Effort. You say blender? How many things needed for blender? You think? Firstly, you have to have money
Right.
to buy the blender.
Right.
And then you go get Home Depot or Wegmans, wherever, Targets.
Right.
And then inside you have to have electronic systems.
Right.
And you need to join. And you need to make many things to do, right? And the similar, we need to practice. We need to make the effort. And then what come? Blenders come from butter. And then we become the Buddha. The same thing. Yes or no? Then we need to do that. So if you have no idea where it's come from butter, today you understand. And then you think if you have no idea, you have Buddha nature. Today you understand. Right? So then what we need to do? Practice. Easily, very easy. Buddhism or Buddhist practitioner, there's not any requirement to do something, practice. Anytime, anywhere, depending your motivation, situation, and capacity and time. You can do anywhere, anytime. Not necessary starting time, very difficult one. Very easy, simple to change your mind. What just comes your mind, bad things, immediately try to throw away like garbage. Nobody really want to keep the garbage, right? The same thing, your negative thought is a garbage. Right? Your positive thought is like treasure, golden ring. In earring, what is called? Golden ring? Golden ring.
Golden ring. Yeah, gold.
And precious things. Diamond. The positive thought. The more than diamonds. If you have 100,000 diamond, the pound, right? The diamond cannot make nirvana for you. But your positive thoughts will bring you to nirvana. Right? So then we need to think which one is more valuable, 100 pound of the diamond and your positive thoughts, which one is more valuable? Huh? Which one you think? That's really good recognition. Huh? Right? But many people, if somebody asks, right? Somebody asks like 10-pound diamond and one day positive thoughts, they easily change. The people say, I need 2 diamonds, whatever. They say another.
Yeah, right.
Could be, right? So therefore, very easy to practice Buddhism. Really, many different ideas try to get better. First, we need to try to become the better person. You know, if you want to become the better person, you just practice. Practice means you read and you follow the Buddha's idea. So Buddha taught all sentient beings. So there's no border, no country, no races, no color. Therefore, in the sutra say, I will teach to you 6 different languages. All 6 different realms, for me, same thing like my biological child. You understand what I mean? So therefore, the later they come from Buddhists and Buddhism, Christianity. These are distinguished by the ordinary people. You understand what I mean? Many different things. So therefore, Buddha taught us with the compassion to become the better people, better community, people, better countries, and a better universe. That's only Buddha need. So therefore, he give us so many different solutions, methods, ideas. So depending on your capacity and your situation, whatever you can do, you can make such your good deed. Okay? The dusk gone one pervades all sentient beings. Now you understand, right? All sentient beings have Buddha nature. Right? That means insect, bugs, demons, yakshas, dogs, cows, horse. All beings has Buddha nature. And one interesting thing is the Shakyamuni's Buddha nature and the ant. You know ant?
Ant. Yeah.
Same thing. Not similar. Same thing. Right? So therefore, we need to be happy. We have such like that kind of power and potentials. Right? This is like if you have $100,000, if you use $100,000, very helpful for your daily life. If you keep that in your box at the lock, no use. The same thing, we have Buddha nature and potentials and powerful things inside us. If we forget their things and not going to do something positive, help others, and practice the same thing. $100,000 keep in your box and lock the door and not never touch and no use. You understand? Many of the people, number of the people, they have no idea about the Buddha nature. They think the human being all the time is a human being, and the dogs all the time dogs, the cows. So therefore, they just keep going like that, eons, eons. So we have great examples. Shakyamun, 6 years later, he met Buddha by himself. Milarepa, the two different ideas or histories, 9 years, somebody say 9 years, or somebody say 12 years, whatever, in the one single lifetime, he met Buddha himself. Nobody helped Milarepa. Moreover, some people seeing the Milarepa in the mountain, and they say Milarepa is demon, like ghost, because he never cut the nails, he never cut the hairs, not wash the face even. And the people see Milarepa is like Kirsi. They say Milarepa is Kirsi. And Milarepa thinking and say, I see you are Kirsi, you see I am Kirsi. But real Kirsi and not, it's depending you have suffering or not. If you have suffering, you are Kirsi. I am happy. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. I am happy. Milarepa say like this. Very enjoying happiness and perfect. Everything is good. There's people called the Kirsi or not. I feel like Milarepa is right. We are Kirsi, really. Every day with the suffering. Right? So, therefore, we understand today we have such great, powerful things or potentials to become the Buddha. So we only need to use that things. So only one thing, I will give you simple things. Only one thing we need to do. In fact, we need to remove our afflictive emotions. That's all. That's easy. Sounds like you need to remove your old clothes. You don't need to get any new clothes. If you really completely remove your afflictive emotions, your own new clothing naturally there. You believe or not? Huh? So then what do we need to do? Only one thing. It's simple. Try to remove negative thoughts. Day-to-day life, only that things. Also, you don't need to think that 24 hours. When you feel, or now negative emotions come, I need to be smart. That moment, you just be smart. And then you really, really easy day-to-day life, do that. But unfortunately, when emotional or negative thoughts comes, people forget for everything. That's the problem. But we need to be more smart. When negative thoughts, afflictive emotion comes, that moment we need to be more smart and relax. And try to change your mindset. And practice the antidote. Right? If people really eat it spicy, I'll give you an example. Burning your tongue and mouth, what people try to get? cold water immediately. Yes or no? They do or not? I do that. Because it's so hard, cannot be patient. Immediately we need cold water. And then, they say like this, almost die. Somebody say, almost die. I don't think almost die, but whatever. That science, we don't need any tiny suffering any moment. Right? Otherwise, we eat the spicy. Nobody put in your mouth any spicy. But still we need, if too much hot, we need cold water. And same thing, if we negative emotions come, we need to take antidote of the method for idea of the Buddhism. Very helpful. Okay, now let's understand. Butters come from milk. Everybody, we don't see. Same thing, we have Buddha nature, but we don't see now. Okay? Okay, here's here. By what reasoning can it be shown that sentient beings have Buddha nature? Because all sentient beings are pervaded by the emptiness, emptiness of Dharmakaya. Because there are no differentiations in the nature of the suchness. Because all beings have family. For these three reasons, all sentient beings are of the Buddha nature. The unsurpassed sutta says. Easy, right? This is the unsurpassed sutta. What is it?
Uttara Tantra
Right,
Sutra.
exactly. And they're written by Asanka. Right? And the lesson teaching from Buddha material. In the God realm, not in this universal. I mean, in this planet.
Yeah.
So, and he said, because of the perfect form of the Buddha radiate, because there are no distinction within suchness, and because of all are in a family. All sentient beings are always of the essence of the enlightenment. This is very important to memorize. Where we study Buddhism in the Kagyu College, and the modern Khenpo always says you need to memorize these things. Very helpful in the letter. That's really true. So this is a remind for yourself, you have Buddha nature. So if you remember every day you have Buddha nature, and then that push you back, push you again and again to do something good things, to realize the Buddha nature. Okay. Yeah.
So does that mean the Buddha nature is that we're independent? We're empty of independent existence.
What that mean?
That we're all connected. That we're not. Are you saying there that the Buddha nature means that we're empty of independent existence? So we don't exist as individuals. We're all connected as a family to everything else, to every other sentient being.
Buddha nature means you have potential to become the Buddha if you make the effort. You have seed to become the Buddha. And you have power naturally, the nature of your mind. So that is called the Buddha nature. So Buddha nature essence is interdependence. And the purify inherently. naturally, independently. You understand that?
Mm.
So that is law of nature. Nobody created. That is not space and not time. Different. No beginning, no end. It is called the ineffable.
Ineffable.
And real definition, the indescribable.
Undescribable. Indescribable.
But when you become the Buddha, you see clearly, perfectly, wonderfully. You understand what I mean? If you stay there, cannot believe, then butter and milk. If you try to get without making effort, you just low, what is called a telescope,
Telescope, microscope.
low in the milk, there's no butter. If you if you think, oh, all the milk has butter, I want to see, you just go, some scientists ask the telescope, because you're seeking the butter in the milk. You know there's no butter. But you do magically using the blender, a butters come without using the telescopes. Yes or no?
Yes. It is for abstract people, abstract minds like mine, sort of divorced from reality, but abstract. It's always helped me to think of when he talks about this interrelationship, interdependence. You know, if you have any object, you know, whatever it is, to completely understand this object completely, I really have to understand everything in the universe that is not this object to totally understand it. And because we don't know all that, it shows you. In other words, our philosophy is like the end of mental life, right? The pinnacle of mental life is philosophy. That's what's going on in this book. Gampopa is pointing out our obstacles. So the pinnacle of mental life, of philosophy, is philosophy, you know, the highest philosophy. But jnana, yeshe, is knowledge itself. It's not knowledge of, but you know, with a realization or a true nature, it's knowledge. We are knowledge. So it's, like he says, ineffable. You can't see the butter in the milk, and yet we can, through our logical mind, understand, oh, there is butter in the milk. And therefore we have the confidence to churn, and then we have the butter itself. We don't have to argue anymore about whether there's butter in the milk. But it is mind-boggling, because everything that is not A, is necessary to completely understand one object. It's really mind-boggling.
Okay, now probably here for few minutes break and read this very short, not even one side of the page. Very easy. When I was studying Buddhism, at least morning Khenpo teach 3 pages.
Wow.
I need to read at least 25 times until tomorrow morning. If not, and then morning, today's the Khenpo already teach, and afternoon once again review with the training teachers. We have conversation, discussion, answer questions, and if there's some profound and significant, they emphasize, teach again. And then tomorrow, in the college system, in the university, in the Buddhism, the Kaju College, and Khenpo has one bottle, small bottle, and then he has all students' name there. Each Khenpo has probably 35 students, 25 or whatever. He has names, all the students. And the morning, after heart chanting, and then Khenpo lead open and put it like this name.
Pull out one name.
Yeah, one whoever. And then read, blah, 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 blah. And then you need to explain exactly same yesterday what Khenpo said. And the meaning of the word and meaning of the meaning and how many different scholars idea on these things.
Uh-huh.
Like what is Sachaba said, what is Nyingmaba idea, what is Gelo debate there, and what are Kajube opinion, something like that, really. And then if you really great explain it, and then Khenpo shows smile, okay, not too bad. If you like, some student, and then he not happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. So we have not that kind of systems. Okay, don't worry. But what I'm saying here is everybody same thing need to understand the Dharma. Here and there doesn't even matter. Everybody want to understand the Dharma. That's why here. I am here, you are here. With this is not really like, regular syllabus, like first ever, like system. We really have very, very good purpose to gather every Sunday here. We need to make different things.
Khenpo, we once had a geshe here, a European geshe. He's also a professor, but so he came first time and he said, "Okay, this is Drikun Kagyu Center. What is the Kagyu view of emptiness? What's the Kagyu view?" And he asked one woman, and she said, "Well," she asked some other question. "Where did you study in India?" And he says, No, no questions right now." And she said, "Well, Frank says all questions are good." And he said, "Only questions that lead to knowledge."
The most, they argue about emptiness. Emptiness is some different ideas for different lineages. Question you have? Anyone question? If not, after tea
break.
break. Enjoy.
that's a failure. That means we would send you to the hospital. I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital because it's overloaded. So I mean, I literally almost I could have died. You know, I have a heart failure and I got pneumonia on top of that. That's not really a good situation. Yes, I'm glad to be back.
Okay. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Khenpo, we should do the 37 practices too. Let's start with the 37 Bodhisattva practices. And again, anyone who doesn't have one of these books, please feel free to take one as White Lotus's gift to you. Garchen Rinpoche has said that the entire Buddhist path can be found in this book. It's also said to be the sort of the essence of the Dalai Lama's favorite book, which is Entering the Bodhisattva Path by the Indian monk Shantideva. Okay, so together. Homage to Lokeshvara. I pay constant homage through my three doors to my supreme teacher and protector Chenrezig, who, while seeing all phenomena and lack coming and going, makes single-minded effort for the good of living beings. Perfect Buddha, source of all well-being and happiness, arise from accomplishing the excellent teachings, and this depends on knowing the practices, so I will explain the practices of bodhisattvas. Having gained this rare ship of freedom and fortune, here think and meditate unwaveringly night and day, in order to free yourself and others from the ocean of cyclic existence. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Attached to your loved ones, you're stirred up like water. Hating your enemies, you burn like fire. In the darkness of confusion, you forget what to adopt and discard. Give up your homeland. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. By avoiding bad objects, disturbing emotions gradually decrease. Without distraction, virtuous activities naturally increase. With clarity of mind, conviction in the teachings arises. Cultivate seclusion. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Loved ones who have long kept company will part. Wealth created with difficulty will be left behind. Consciousness, the guest, will leave the guest house of the body. Let go of this life. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. When you keep their company, your three poisons increase. Your activities of hearing, thinking, and meditating decline, and they make you lose your love and compassion. Give up bad friends. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. When you rely on them, your faults come to an end, and your good qualities grow like the waxing moon. Cherish spiritual teachers even more than your own body. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Bound himself in the jail of cyclic existence, what worldly god can give you protection? Therefore, when you seek refuge, take refuge in the three jewels which will not betray you. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. The subduer said, all the unbearable suffering of bad rebirths is the fruit of wrongdoing. Therefore, even at the cost of your own life, never do wrong. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Like dew on the tip of a blade of grass, pleasures of the three worlds last only a while and then vanish. Aspire to the never-changing supreme state of liberation. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. When your mothers, who've loved you since time without beginning, are suffering, what use is your own happiness? Therefore, to free limitless living beings, develop the altruistic intention. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. All suffering comes from the wish for your own happiness. Perfect Buddhas are born from the thought to help others. Therefore, exchange your own happiness for the suffering of others. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Even if someone, out of strong desire, steals all your wealth or has it stolen, dedicate to him your body, possessions, and all your virtue, past, present, and future. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Even if someone is to cut off your head when you haven't done the slightest thing wrong, out of compassion, take all his misdeeds upon yourself. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Even if someone broadcasts all kinds of unpleasant remarks about you throughout the 3,000 worlds, in return with a loving mind speak of his good qualities. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Though someone may deride and speak bad words about you in a public gathering, looking on him as a spiritual teacher, bow to him with respect. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Even if a person for whom you've cared like your own child regards you as an enemy, cherish him specially like a mother does her child who is stricken with sickness. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. If an equal or inferior person disparages you out of pride, place him as you would your spiritual teacher, with respect on the crown of your head. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Though you lack what you need and are constantly disparaged, afflicted by dangerous sickness and spirits, without discouragement take on the misdeeds and the pain of all living beings. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Though you become famous and many bow to you, and you gain riches to equal Vaishravanas, see that worldly fortune is without essence and be unconceited. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. While the enemy of your own anger is unsubdued, though you conquer external foes, they will only increase. Therefore, with the militia of love and compassion, subdue your own mind. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Sensual pleasures are like salt water. The more you indulge, the more thirst increases. Abandon at once those things which breed clinging attachment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Whatever appears is your own mind. Your mind from the start was free from fabricated extremes. Understanding this, do not take to mind inherent signs of subject and object. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. When you encounter attractive objects, though they seem beautiful like a rainbow in summer, don't regard them as real and give up attachment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. All forms of suffering are like a child's death in a dream. Holding illusory appearances to be true makes you weary. Therefore, when you meet with disagreeable circumstances, see them as illusory. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. When those who want enlightenment must give even their body, there's no need to mention external things. Therefore, without hope for return or any fruition, give generously. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Without ethics, you can't accomplish your own well-being, so wanting to accomplish others is laughable. Therefore, without worldly aspirations, safeguard your ethical discipline. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. To bodhisattvas who want a wealth of virtue, those who harm are like a precious treasure. Therefore, towards all, cultivate patience without hostility. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Seeing even hearers and solitary realizers who accomplish only their own good, strive as if to put out a fire on their head. For the sake of all beings, make enthusiastic effort, the source of all good qualities. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Understanding that disturbing emotions are destroyed by special insight with calm abiding, cultivate concentration which surpasses the four formless absorptions. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Since perfections without wisdom cannot bring perfect enlightenment, along with skillful means, cultivate the wisdom which does not conceive the three spheres as real. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. If you don't examine your own errors, you may look like a practitioner, but not act as one. Therefore, always examining your own errors, rid yourself of them. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. If through the influence of disturbing emotions you point out the faults of another bodhisattva, you yourself are diminished. So don't mention the faults of those who have entered the great vehicle. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Reward and respect cause us to quarrel and make hearing, thinking, and meditation decline. For this reason, give up attachment to the households of friends, relations, and benefactors. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Harsh words disturb the minds of others and cause deterioration in a bodhisattva's conduct. Therefore, give up harsh words which are unpleasant to others. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Habitual disturbing emotions are hard to stop through counteraction. Armed with antidotes, the guards of mindfulness and mental alertness destroy disturbing emotions like attachment at once, as soon as they arise. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. In brief, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? With constant mindfulness and mental alertness, accomplish others' good. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. To remove the sufferingless beings, understanding the purity of the three spheres. Dedicate the virtue for making such effort to enlightenment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. For all who want to train on the bodhisattva path, I have written the 37 practices of bodhisattvas, following what has been said by the excellent ones on the meaning, sutras, tantras, and treatises. Though not poetically pleasing to scholars, Owing to my poor intelligence and lack of learning, I've relied on the sutras and the words of the excellent, so I think these bodhisattva practices are without error. However, as the great deeds of bodhisattvas are hard to fathom for one of my poor intelligence, I beg the excellent to forgive all faults, such as contradictions and non sequiturs. Through the virtue from this, may all living beings, the ultimate and conventional altruistic intention, and thereby become like the protector Chenrezig, who dwells in neither extreme, not in the world nor in peace. Okay.
Steffi, can you give the Tara bowls for everybody? White Tara bowls? Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this, we need to, there are some 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you follow this one.
Okay. Page
Once-
34
One step and twice.
in the prayer book 34. Aspiration prayer. I have. Thank you. Obviously for all sentient beings, but for Mike, who recently passed away, still within the 49 days of the Bardo. Tibetan first, then English once. Emaho no shirai sanje nangwa na ye, dan yesu jomo tuje shenpo no, yonda sambar de jantom nam, la sanje chansen balmen korje. Neje mandara bade meba, ye deva jenje chave shenkam, sende dene tsebo chorma, da jeva shenje parma joba. Tere jene nande shentum, sholige dage molam dabai. Sanje chansen mamje, je kingmen robo chenje labdo. Ayanam mandandriya modana yeso. Emo. In the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, Chenrezig. And on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful means. They are surrounded by a retinue of limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful Pure Land of Dewa Chen. When I and all beings pass from this present life, may we be born there without taking samsaric rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face, by the power and blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May I attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tayata Om Pansadriya Awa Buddha Naye So. Okay.
2 times.
2 times? All right. Emaho. In the center is the Lord of great compassion, Chenrezig. On the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful means. They are surrounded by a retinue of limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful Pure Land of Dewa Chen. When I and all beings pass from this present life, may we be born there without taking samsaric rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face, by the power and blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May I attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tayata Om Pansadriya Awa Bodha Naye So.
Okay. The 7, what is called 7 refuge of Tara.
Yeah. What page is it? 38.
In English, follow.
Yeah. Yeah. Page 38 in this little book, 7 verses of supplication to Tara for protection in English. Noble goddess, Mother Tara, you dwell within the realm of the unborn Dharmadhatu Mother, You who bestow happiness on all sentient beings, please protect us from all fears. Unaware that they themselves are Dharmakaya, my mothers wander in samsara with minds controlled by afflictions. Mother Goddess, please protect us. If the Dharma does not truly take birth in our hearts, we will follow verbal conventions, become deceived by erroneous philosophies. Genuine Mother Goddess, please protect us. Having seen the nature of mind, so difficult to realize, we do not habituate it, but remain lost in negative activities. Mindful Mother Goddess, please protect us. Due to the habit of dualistic grasping at the mind that is self-arisen non-dual wisdom, we are bound no matter what we do. Goddess of non-dual mind, please protect us. Although we have dwelt in the ultimate truth, we are unaware of the interdependence of cause and effect. Thus we are blind to the meaning of what is to be known. Omniscient Mother Goddess, please protect us. Even those of us who are disciples cannot see that everything is inseparable from the nature of unelaborated space. Mother of perfect awakening, please protect us.
Om Dara Dara Du Dara Yaso. Om Dara Du Dara Dura Yaso. Om Dara Du Dara Dura So.
Page 38.
Om Dara Du Dara Dura So. 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 Om Dara Dura So. Om Dara Du 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 Dara Dura So. Du Dara Dura So. Om Dara 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 Du Dara Dura So. Du Dara Dura So. Om Dara 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 Du Dara Dura So. Dara Dura So. Om Dara Du Dara Dura So. Om Dara Du Dara Dura So. Om Dara Dara Dora Song. 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 Dara Dara Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Dara 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 Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Dara 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 Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Om Dara 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 Song. Dara 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 Yeso. Gavande Ye Nyorda Da Jeza Dorman Jobjero Chen Dova Chejamal Teye Salang
Page 32.
Malarepa.
Milarepa. Okay.
Everybody remember Malarepa's name?
This is also on 32.
Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorwande So Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorwande So Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorwande So Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorvande Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorvande Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorvande Jemala Sheba Durjela Sorvande So Jemala Sheba Durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala 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 sheba durjela Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela so. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Jamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Ajamala sheba durjela sorvandeso. Okay.
Page 32. Om mani padme hum ri. Om mani padme hum ri. Om mani padme hum ri. Om mani padme Chene Siwan Drup Jorchi Drowa Jeja Maleva Teye Sala Goversho.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Hello, Zoomers online. This week, Tuesday night, is Waitara practice. And I think it's for the month of January that there will not be study groups still. Too cold, snowy, and not very light, right? Anyway, but also there's something coming up in February 7th and 8th. Khenpo was hold a 2-day Manjushri retreat. So this is a real special opportunity to understand a little bit more about Manjushri and learn how to do the practice. Bodhisattva of wisdom. So he really encourages people to come. You don't have to come. It'll be Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 12, 2 to 4:30 each day. So, minimal donation offering is fine, and you can come and go. You don't have to be there for all 4 sessions. Okay. And I can't remember, is there anything? Anybody else have anything coming up? So watch the calendar. The information on retreat will be out on Facebook today, and also hopefully I'll get it up on the website today, and it'll go out in emails and stuff. So, oh yes, there will be LOSAR activities, which is the following weekend, but we haven't discussed them in detail. So watch Tibetan New Year, yeah. I think it's the 15th, or no. I think it's the 18th is a Wednesday, so that's why we hadn't really planned it out yet, because we want to think about what, when and what we're going to do. Okay, but I'm sure it'll involve some refreshments. So if anybody wants to be on that team, please think about that. Your tastiest little morsels, and we'll probably do the 15 days of the miracles again, and we'll probably do some kind of what's the merit? Thank you. The merit pledges. But Khenpo, I think, has some ideas too. So watch for that. Yeah, Pat. When is it? Well, I was just thinking earlier today. I think it's about. This was the 5th. Wasn't this the 5th? He died on the 24th on Christmas Eve. So we still have a ways to go. Yeah. Yeah, sure. If I don't know exactly. Well, his niece and nephew sent 175, and there have been several other donations. I'll have to go back and see.
But so people might not know. Yeah, you send this to India.
Yeah, these are donations that we send to India, and Khenpo is requesting special pujas for our monk who passed away. So for those of you who don't know him, Mike France, I don't know his Dharma name, but I don't know if anybody's, Stephanie, do you know that? Okay. But anyway, he passed away on the morning of Christmas Eve. Um, so, oh, it was the 23rd? Oh, okay. Oh, that's why you remember. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, if anybody has anything else or questions, just send them to info@White Lotus and check the website either later today or tomorrow for details if you're not on Facebook. Oh, well, not at this point, but I'm sure he will at some point. Okay. Have a good week, everyone. Stay warm.